Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ali and here I just talk to myself about books and then someone, maybe you, may or may not watch this at a later date. Today I thought I would take you through my Christmas book haul. It is the 1st of January, so I'm a little bit late filming this, but I've been working and just enjoying the days off that I've had with family, etc. But yes, that would be a good time to start this, and Happy New Year. So let's get started. Okay, so as I said, I'd like to take you through a Christmas book haul, but I did also receive some bookish items. I was very blessed this year, as every year to be honest, but my family and friends just really know me well, and yeah, I can't thank them enough. I never really expect too much, but they always go above and beyond, and it's just, yeah, I'm really thankful. But yes, so I thought I would start with the bookish items before we dive into the books I received for Christmas. So first of all, I received this very cute pair of earrings, just to make it really obvious that I do in fact like books, and they're not really focusing, but it basically says I love reading on them, and yeah, they're very cute. I'm currently just hanging them off one of the books on my shelf just to showcase them, but I might wear them at some point. Next, I got the cutest ever bookmark from my parents. It's a vintage silver bookmark, and it's so beautiful that I'm kind of scared to use it because I don't want it to break, but they have made me promise that I will actually use it. And just look at it. It's like a little elephant, and its little arms and head move around, and it's just beautiful, and it would sit inside a book like so. Very cute, but yeah, I love it. I keep it inside this little box so it doesn't get ruined, but I will use it because I've promised them that I will use it. Next, I got a little print, is it a print? A little art thing for my shelf, and this is a quote from Little Women, I believe, because the page that it's printed on is from Little Women, but I think, yeah, this is a quote about Jo March, I think, and yeah, so she is too fond of books and it has turned her brain. So my partner thought this was really funny and that it was very accurate about myself, so I now display this very proudly on my shelves and potentially do agree with what it says. But also, is that really a problem? Yeah, no it's not. I also received another tote bag, which again just speaks volumes about my personality. But yeah, so might be books, might be snacks, and it is true, that is all I'm ever really carrying in my bag. There's always a book and there's always at least a snack, because those are what's important in life, so what can you do? And then another bookish item I received is a puzzle of Pride and Prejudice. So Pride and Prejudice is one of my favourite classics. I also love puzzles because I am a 90-year-old woman. I don't care. It's just relaxing. I'm enjoying it. Cozy vibes. But yes, so I've got this as well to do at some point in January. I find January is like one of the most depressive months, so it'll be nice to do something like cozy and relaxing to kind of help me get out of that slummish vibe. But yes, so very cute. So now we move on to the books I received for Christmas, and first of all we have a non-fiction book about books, and I have said before that I do enjoy books about books, but I have never read a non-fiction book about books. I've said the word book so many times now that it doesn't really sound like a word anymore, but this is called The Bookmakers. This, as I said, is a non-fiction, and it essentially takes you through the history of books over the past 550 years, through the lives of like 18 men and women that have been kind of monumental in making changes to how printed books came to be. So there's like artists, printers, library makers, etc. And yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I think it'll be super interesting. maybe I'll have some tips on how to bind books as well, because as I said, that is something I would like to try this year, but we'll see. Next, I have another non-fiction book, and this is a book about Studio Ghibli, and it's a Chimera book, which is kind of like a film studies type book. I think it goes a lot about kind of the cinematography and the history of like films, etc. But this is all about Ghibli movies, and it talks about how they're made, how like the Ghibli studios were set up, what the common themes are across the movies, etc. And as I've said before, I'm a huge fan of Ghibli, and I thought this would just be really interesting, so I'm very glad I received this, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. And it's also quite short, so yeah, nice quick read. Might try and sneak it into my January TBR, because I do read technically mostly translated Japanese fiction, because I do Japan in January, but this is about a Japanese movie studio, so I could probably sneak it in. It's about Japanese culture enough, I think. Next, I have another book which I didn't technically receive for Christmas, but I did acquire when I went to my parents' house. So I'm borrowing this. I think it's my brother's actually, but I wanted to try reading it again. I have read it a couple of times. I've tried to read it a few times before, and it's never been one of my favourite kind of styles of writing or authors, but it is a classic, and I feel like I owe it to myself to give it another go, and that is Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. I think everyone knows the story of Oliver Twist by now, but yes, as you can tell, it hasn't been kept maybe in like the pristine conditions that I would usually keep books in, but yeah, I thought I would give it a go, and yeah, see if maybe this time I like it, and if not, you can go back to my brother's. Next, I received a series that I am really excited about. I keep like seeing it on Bookstagram and BookTube, BookTok, and I want to give it a go, and that is the Bridge Kingdom series. So I got the first 4 books. I think the 5th one is due to come out at some point, maybe this year or next year, but yes, I've got these 4. So we have the Bridge Kingdom, the Traitor Queen, the Inadequate Heir, and The Endless War, and they are all by Danielle L. Jensen. I literally know nothing about this series at all. All I know is that it's kind of like, I think, a romantasy about a girl who is a warrior, but she is sent off to like a either neighboring country or I don't know, a rival, I really don't know, to be like a king's wife, and I guess we just follow that story. But I've heard good things, and as I said before, I kind of like to go into things as blind as possible, because I don't want the hype to disappoint me if I've kind of built it up in my head. So I've recently read a book that I will cover, maybe will I do a December wrap up? I don't know that I will, but basically I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night recently, and I really liked it. However, I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I thought it was okay. I did think it was a bit overhyped. Like it was good, but it wasn't amazing. Like everyone seemed to make out it was like this amazing 5-star read, and it wasn't for me. It was just good, but we'll see. I do hope to read the sequel in January, so we'll see how we go. Next, I received another little trilogy box set, and that is the Shadowhunters Infernal Devices series. So in 2024, I finally started reading the Mortal Instruments series. I do have to finish that. However, I've been told that actually you should read like the first 3 and then these 3 and then the last 3 in the Mortal Instruments series. And what luck it was that I received these. So yeah, quite excited to read these ones as well. Also, I love how these covers match, like the spines match the Mortal Instruments spines, so they will all kind of fit together. I don't know if then the others do, but I hope they do, because if I'm going to put them all on a shelf together, I would like them to kind of continue on and look the same. But yes, so I think this is like set in the past compared to Mortal Instruments, so I don't know how like that 3-3-3 business is going on, but yeah, Got this one. Next I used some of the vouchers that I received for Christmas to make full use of the 50% sale that Waterstones are having. So first of all, I got my hands on this. There Are Rivers in the Sky by Elif Shafak. This was 50% off, so it cost less than a paperback would, and it's a stunning edition, and I've really wanted to read this. I know that Costanza Casati said it was like one of her favourite books that she read last year, and I love her and I love her writing, so definitely feel like I would enjoy this as well. Basically this is a split timeline story based on the Epic of Gilgamesh. I think it's set in kind of like Victoria, England, then 2014 and 2018 I think are the different timelines, and it just spans like centuries, and it's a big like epic story, as I said, based on the Epic of Gilgamesh, so quite excited for that. I don't know if this technically counts a bit as like a myth retelling, but I guess I'll see once I start reading it, and then I can decide what shelf it belongs on. But yes, so we've got this one. Next I have another book that I acquired for in the 50% sale at Waterstones, and that is Glorious Exploits by Ferdia Lennon. This won the debut fiction novel prize last year. I did also buy this for my mum. She hasn't read it yet, but maybe we can read it together at some point this year. But this, again, I don't know if it's like a myth retelling, but it's set kind of in Athenian time. So Athens has tried to invade Sicily. It's failed miserably, and it follows the story of these two kind of poor potters who end up putting on a play in like the quarry, and it's meant to be, I think, like a bit satirical and kind of exploring themes of like war and love and arts, etc. But again, it sounded really good, and the fact that it's won an award is reassuring, and yeah, I've been looking forward to reading this as well. So again, for the price of a paperback, why not get the hardback? Finally, this one I'm super excited about. So this was definitely one of like my favourite childhood movies. Now I don't think I was even born when it actually originally came out, but I did watch it a lot when I was a kid, and I think my cousin introduced me to it in the first instance, but I've never read the book, and I saw this edition. It's the 45-year anniversary edition, and again it was in the 50% sale, and I was like, it would literally be criminal not to get this, and that is The Never Ending Story. I love the film, literally cry and sob. If you know, you know, the scene with the horse. And yeah, this is just stunning. So it's like a foiled cloth bound puffin edition, and because I think it's for children, right? But I will definitely be giving this a read, and just look how pretty it is. And here you've got a quote, which is, "Every real story is a never-ending story." I don't know, I'm pretty sure there was like 3 never-ending story movies. At least I remember watching at least 2 or 3. But so I don't know how much this covers, if it's just the first one. But as I said, it was definitely one of my favourite childhood movies, and I've been very much looking forward to reading the book. And I'm sorry, but it's just stunning. Like, beautiful. And as I said, alongside that, I also received some vouchers, which I'm very, very grateful for, and I will be making full use of once I've cleared my TBR a little bit, because my cart is literally groaning every time I put some more books on it because of the weight. But yes, so pop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see some more, and Happy New Year! See you soon!